Welcome to Emma's English.
Hey, English learners! Welcome back to Emma's English Talk, your cozy little place to learn real everyday English through natural conversations. I'm Emma.
And I'm Tom.
We are so happy to have you here with us today.
Yes, welcome back, everyone.
How are you doing today, Tom?
I am doing very well, Emma.
That is wonderful to hear.
How about you, Emma?
I am doing great, but I had a small problem yesterday.
Oh no, what happened?
Well, I went to the supermarket to buy some food.
Okay, that sounds like a normal daily activity.
Yes, it is very normal, but I made a big mistake.
Did you forget your money?
No, I did not forget my money, thank goodness.
Did you forget your shopping list?
No, I had my shopping list on my phone.
Then what did you forget?
I forgot something very important at home.
Please tell me, what was it?
I forgot my shopping bags.
Oh no, I know that feeling so well.
Yes, it is a very common daily struggle.
It happens to me almost every week.
Really? I am glad I am not the only one.
You are definitely not the only one, Emma.
It is so annoying when it happens.
It really is, especially when you have a lot of things to buy.
Exactly, and today we are going to talk all about this.
That is a great topic because everyone can relate to it.
Yes, we want to share our stories and talk about why we always forget them.
And we will also learn some very useful English words.
Yes, we have some great words for our listeners today.
I am ready to start the conversation.
Me too. So let us talk about what happened at the store.
Where did you realize you forgot them?
I realized it when I was already inside the store.
Oh, that is the worst moment to realize it.
Yes, I was standing near the apples, and suddenly I looked at my hands.
And your hands were completely empty, right?
Yes, my hands were empty and my reusable bags were at home.
Reusable? You mean bags that we can use again and again, right?
Yes, exactly. Bags made of cloth or strong plastic that you do not throw away.
I see. So you left your reusable bags on the kitchen table.
Yes, they were sitting right on the table near the door.
That is so classic. They are always near the door, but never in our hands.
That is so true, Tom.
So what did you do next?
Well, I had to make a big decision.
Did you go back home to get them?
No, I was already too tired to go back home.
I understand. Going back home takes too much time.
Yes, and I only needed a few things. Or so I thought.
That is another trap we fall into.
What do you mean by trap?
We think we only need 3 things, but we buy 20 things.
Oh, yes, that is exactly what happened to me yesterday.
It always happens. We see yummy snacks and we put them in the cart.
Yes, I went in for milk, eggs, and bread.
And what did you actually buy?
I bought milk, eggs, bread, apples, bananas, juice, pasta, and some chocolate.
That is a lot of things to carry in your hands.
Yes, it was impossible to carry without a bag.
So you had to buy a new bag at the checkout?
Yes, I had to ask the cashier for a plastic bag.
How did you feel when you asked for it?
I felt a little bit guilty because I have so many bags at home.
I know that feeling. My closet is full of plastic bags.
Mine too. They just pile up in my kitchen drawer.
Pile up? That means they grow into a big stack or a big mountain because we keep adding more, correct?
Yes, exactly. When things pile up, they become a big pile over time.
My kitchen drawer is so full of bags that I cannot even close it.
That is hilarious. I have the exact same problem with my cabinet.
Why do we keep keeping them?
Well, we keep them because we think we will use them later.
Yes, we think they will be useful in the future.
But then we just forget to bring them to the store again.
It is a never-ending cycle, Emma.
It really is, Tom.
Do you have a favorite type of shopping bag?
Yes, I like the big canvas bags because they're very strong.
Canvas is great. It does not break easily.
What about you, Tom? What kind of bags do you use?
I like the insulated bags that keep my drinks cold.
Oh, those are very fancy bags.
Yes, but they are also very big and hard to fold.
Ah, yes, they take up a lot of space.
So I usually leave them in the trunk of my car.
That is a good place to keep them.
It is, but there is a problem with that too.
What is the problem?
I park my car, I walk into the supermarket, and then I remember.
You remember that the bags are in the car?
Yes, they're in the trunk of the car, and I am already inside.
Do you go back to the car to get them?
Sometimes I do, but only if I need to buy many heavy things.
If you only need a few things, what do you do?
I try to carry everything in my arms.
That sounds very difficult and funny.
It is. I look like a juggler in the supermarket.
Have you ever dropped anything?
Oh yes, I dropped a carton of blueberries last month.
Oh no, blueberries are so small and they roll everywhere.
Yes, they rolled under the shelves and people were looking at me.
That is so embarrassing, Tom.
It was. I had to clean them up very quickly.
Did you buy a bag after that?
No, I was too proud, so I carried the rest in my jacket pockets.
You put groceries in your jacket pockets?
Yes, I had onions in my left pocket and lemons in my right pocket.
You must have looked so strange.
I did, but at least I did not buy another plastic bag.
That is true. You saved a bag.
But it was not very comfortable.
I can imagine. Onions in your pocket sounds very smelly.
It was a little smelly, yes.
Yesterday, I did not have pockets that were big enough.
So you bought a paper bag or a plastic bag?
I bought a paper bag because I think paper is better for the earth.
Paper is better, but it can break if it gets wet.
Yes, and it was raining yesterday.
Oh no, rain and paper bags do not mix well.
I know, I was walking to my car very fast.
Did the bottom of the bag break?
No, but it was starting to look very weak.
You were lucky. If it broke, your eggs would be gone.
Yes, I was holding the bottom of the bag with my hands.
Like you were holding a baby.
Yes, exactly. I was carrying my groceries like a precious baby.
That is so funny, Emma.
It was very stressful, Tom.
I think we need to find a better way to remember our bags.
Yes, some people are very good at remembering.
How do they do it?
I think they keep small folded bags in their backpacks.
Ah, like a small emergency bag.
Yes, they keep it there just in case.
Just in case? Oh, you mean to have it ready if a problem happens, like if you unexpectedly go to the store?
Yes, exactly. Just in case means we are prepared for an unexpected situation.
That is a very smart idea.
I tried to do that last month.
What happened?
I put a small bag in my backpack.
And did it help you?
Yes, it helped me once, but then I forgot to put it back.
Ah, that is the second problem.
Yes, once you use the bag, you take it out at home.
And then it stays on your kitchen counter.
Yes, and your backpack is empty again.
So the next time you go to the store, you have no bag.
Exactly. It is so hard to build a good habit.
It requires a lot of discipline.
It really does, Tom.
I think we need a checklist.
A checklist? Like for a trip?
Yes. Keys, wallet, phone, and bags.
That is a very good list.
I should write it on my front door.
That would be very helpful, actually.
But I might forget to look at the door.
You are hopeless, Tom.
I know, I really am.
But I think many of our listeners are the same.
I hope so. It makes me feel better.
Yes, we are all human and we all forget things.
It is just a small daily struggle.
Yes, it is a very small struggle indeed.
But it can also cost us money.
Oh, yes. Bags are not free anymore.
How much are they in your supermarket?
They cost about 15 cents each.
15 cents is not much, but if you buy them every week, it adds up.
Yes, if you buy 3 bags a week, that's almost $25 a year.
$25 can buy a lot of chocolate.
That is a very good point, Tom.
So we are wasting money on bags we already have at home.
Yes, we are buying the same bags again and again.
I want to know, what do you do with all those bags at home?
Well, I try to use them as garbage bags.
That is a classic way to use them.
Yes, they fit perfectly in the small bathroom trash can.
That is true, but I have too many even for that.
How many do you think you have?
I think I have about 50 plastic bags under my sink.
50? That is a real mountain of bags, Tom.
Yes, and I also have about 10 canvas bags in my closet.
Why do you have 10 canvas bags?
Because sometimes I forget my bags and plastic bags are not available.
Ah, yes. Some stores only sell canvas bags now.
Exactly, so I have to buy a $2 canvas bag.
Wow, $2 is much more than 15 cents.
Yes, that is why I have 10 of them. It is a very expensive habit.
You are very forgetful, Tom.
Forgetful? Yes, that means I often forget things, like my keys or my bags.
Yes, you definitely are. 10 canvas bags is proof.
I agree. My memory is not very good these days.
Do you forget other things at the supermarket?
Oh, yes, I often forget why I went there in the first place.
That is also very common. You walk in and your mind goes blank.
Yes, I stand there looking at the milk and I think, do I need milk?
And then you buy it and find out you already have 3 cartons at home.
Yes, that has happened to me too. It is so silly.
We really need to improve our memory.
How can we do that?
Well, I tried to make a mental note yesterday before I left my house.
To make a mental note? Ah, that means you try to remember something in your mind without writing it down?
Yes, exactly. I told myself in my head, Emma, do not forget the bags.
But it did not work, right?
No, because my phone rang right after that and I forgot.
Ah, the phone is a big distraction.
It really is. Once my phone rings, all my mental notes disappear.
I have the same problem. Technology makes us more forgetful.
I think you are right. We rely on our phones too much.
If my phone does not tell me to do something, I do not do it.
Maybe we should put a reminder on our phones.
A reminder that goes off when we are near the supermarket?
Yes, a GPS reminder. That would be amazing.
That is a very high-tech solution for a simple problem.
Yes, but if it works, why not?
I think I would still find a way to ignore it.
You are a difficult case, Tom.
I know, my brain is very stubborn.
What about using paper lists?
I lose paper lists before I even get to the store.
How do you lose them?
I put them in my pocket, and then I put my keys in my pocket, and the paper falls out.
You need a bag just for your lists and keys.
That would be a very small bag indeed.
Yes, a tiny purse.
I don't think I want to carry a tiny purse, Emma.
It could be very fashionable, Tom.
Maybe, but I prefer my big pockets.
Even if you have to carry onions in them.
Yes, even then, it builds character.
You are very funny, Tom.
Thank you. I try my best.
But seriously, we should talk about the environment too.
Yes, using fewer plastic bags is very important for our planet.
Yes, plastic bags take hundreds of years to break down.
That is a very long time. They stay in nature for so long.
Yes, they can hurt animals and pollute the oceans.
That is why I feel bad when I buy a new one.
Me too. We want to protect the earth.
So using reusable bags is a small but important action.
Exactly. Every bag we don't buy helps the planet.
That is a great way to think about it.
It gives us motivation to remember them.
Yes, it's not just about saving 15 cents.
No, it's about being responsible.
I will try harder to remember my bags from now on.
Me too, Tom. We can do this together.
We can support each other.
Yes, we can text each other before we go shopping.
Did you bring your bags?
Yes, that is a great text message to send.
I will send you that message next time.
Thank you, Tom. I will do the same for you.
It's a deal, Emma.
Perfect. Let's see if it works next week.
I hope it does.
Me too. My kitchen cabinet cannot hold any more bags.
Yes, we need to stop the pile.
Definitely. No more new bags. Thinking about our struggles with shopping bags and trying to save money reminded me of some great natural phrases we use today.
Yes, we use some very common expressions that our listeners can use in their daily lives.
Exactly, and it is always good to practice these phrases to speak more naturally.
I agree. Let us talk about some of them.
The first phrase I want to discuss is to go to waste.
To go to waste. Yes, that means something is not used and is lost or thrown away without being helpful.
Yes, for example, if you buy food and do not eat it, the food goes to waste.
That is a great example. I hate it when food goes to waste in my fridge.
Me too. It feels like throwing money in the trash.
Yes, we should always try to use everything we buy.
Can you give another example of this phrase, Tom?
Sure, you can say, do not let your talent go to waste. You should practice every day.
That is a very beautiful example, Tom.
Thank you. It is important to use our talents.
And we can also say, I do not want my time to go to waste.
Yes, studying English is a great way to use your time so it does not go to waste.
Exactly. Our listeners are doing a great job today.
They really are. They are spending their time very well.
Another phrase we use today is to make a mental note.
Yes, we talked about this earlier. It means to try to remember something in your mind without writing it down.
Yes, for example, I made a mental note to call my mom tonight.
That is a very useful phrase. I make mental notes all the time, even if I forget them later.
Yes, it is a very natural way to talk about trying to remember.
Can we say, I made a note on my phone?
Yes, you can say that, but a mental note is specifically in your brain.
I see. So if you write it down, it is not a mental note anymore.
Exactly. Mental always refers to the mind.
That makes sense. Thank you for clarifying that, Emma.
You are very welcome, Tom. It is important to know the difference.
What about the phrase, just in case?
That is also a fantastic phrase to use.
We use it when we talk about being prepared for something.
Yes, like taking an umbrella with you just in case it rains.
Yes, even if the sun is shining, you take it just in case.
Exactly. It is all about being safe.
I always carry some cash with me just in case a shop does not accept cards.
That is a very smart thing to do, Tom.
Yes, it saved me many times.
These phrases are very common and very easy to use.
Yes, they help you sound more like a native speaker.
And they are perfect for our A1 and A2 level learners.
Yes, they are simple but very powerful.
Speaking of remembering new words and not letting your study time go to waste, did you know we have a PDF script available for this episode?
Oh yes, the PDF script is so useful for our listeners.
It is great because you can read every word we say while you listen.
Yes, you can use it to practice shadowing, which is reading aloud with us.
Shadowing is one of the best ways to improve your pronunciation and speaking speed.
And you can also highlight the new vocabulary words we discussed today.
Yes, it is completely free to download, and the link is in the description.
We also put the link in the pinned comment below this video.
So please go and download it to help your English study.
And do not forget to subscribe to our channel and like this video if you enjoy it.
Yes, your support helps us make more lessons for English learners around the world.
It really does. We love making these episodes for you.
Thank you so much for being part of our English learning family.
Yes, you are all amazing.
All right, and speaking of reviewing, before we say goodbye today, let us do a quick review of the 6 words we used.
That is a perfect way to finish our lesson.
Our first word is reusable.
Reusable means something we can use again and again, like a reusable bottle or bag.
Yes, an example sentence is, I always use a reusable coffee cup.
Our second phrase is to pile up.
To pile up means to grow into a big stack or increase in amount.
For example, dirty dishes pile up very fast when you do not wash them.
That is a very true and relatable example, Tom.
Our third phrase is just in case.
Just in case means to be prepared for a possible problem or situation.
An example is, I took my jacket just in case it got cold in the evening.
Our fourth word is forgetful.
Forgetful describes someone who often forgets things.
For example, my grandfather is getting a bit forgetful.
Our fifth phrase is to make a mental note.
To make a mental note means to try to remember something in your mind without writing it down.
An example is, I made a mental note to buy milk on my way home.
And our sixth phrase is to go to waste.
To go to waste means something is not used and is lost or thrown away.
For example, do not let that delicious cake go to waste. Please eat it.
I will gladly eat that cake, Emma.
I know you will, Tom.
These 6 words are so useful for everyday life.
Yes, they are, and we hope our listeners practice using them.
You can write your own sentences with these words.
Yes, writing sentences helps you remember them much better.
It is a great way to practice active learning.
We are so proud of you for studying with us today.
Yes, you did a wonderful job.
Before we go, we want to ask you a question.
What about you guys? Do you also forget your usable bags when you go shopping?
And how do you handle this problem? Let us know in the comments below.
Yes, we really want to read your answers.
Thank you so much for listening to Emma's English Talk.
See you in the next episode, everyone.
Goodbye and happy learning.
Bye-bye.